Welcome to Social Studies Samurai. In this video, we'll show you how to create an annotated bibliography. That will allow you to show a skilled evaluation of the sources you use. You'll show the reliability, the accuracy, and the quality of your sources. Ooh, that looks different, you might be saying. Yes. While a bibliography is just a list of your sources, an annotated bibliography has some kind of summary or evaluation of your sources. So it does offer a list of what you've used for your research. It includes your citation, MLA format in this case, second and all following lines indented. But there's a paragraph there. Ooh, a paragraph, right? What goes in that? Well, there's a description of things like the authors, the kind of source that it is, when it was created. It also talks about the content with an evaluation of the strengths, the values, the weaknesses, the limitations of the source. It also includes a consideration of the usefulness of the source. Why is this source specifically going to be good for my investigation? And often you'll see annotated bibliographies used for longer assessments. Definitely use it at the beginning of the research process. That way you've got your sources, and then you can start picking them apart and creating your product. So here's a blown up version of that same sample. MLA format, second line indented, and a space between the citation and the paragraph, and then my detailed description. Now remember, you might be a younger student and you won't have as much description. You might be a little bit older and you go way deeper. Why use an annotated bibliography, you ask? Good question. An annotated bibliography shows source by source you're thinking about a whole range of things. Using an annotated bibliography allows you to evaluate the source by source, and point out what is specifically useful about that source for my investigation. Yes, you show the timeliness. Is it up to date or is the information a little bit old? The accuracy. Is this information fact or is there too much fiction in there? You can show that it's authoritative. I know that this was written by experts, so it's pretty reliable. You can also show that you're evaluating those experts that made that source. Well, it was written by an expert, but it really is one-sided, or, well, this has multiple perspectives, so I think I can trust it. It also shows that you're thinking about the relevance of your sources. This is useful for one specific aspect of my investigation, and you show that you know the difference between primary, secondary sources, and that all sources should be evaluated differently. You can also show that you've done your research, you're thinking about your sources before you even begin writing. You'll be able to back up your claims and you'll be able to show the evidence. Overall, an annotated bibliography shows that you have a critical understanding of each specific source. So, what's in an annotated bibliography, you ask? Another good question. Let's look at them in detail. So, as you've seen, annotated bibliographies have a citation. They include in a paragraph under the citation the kind of source, why it was made, and the audience. It also talks about the author or the authors and the organization that produced it. You're evaluating these people. It's important to do that. That'll impact the quality of the source. You give a summary of the content, what's in it, and you give the perspective or the point of view, because sometimes the source only gives one perspective, but you want to use that in your investigation. It shows that you understand the strengths or the values or the weaknesses and the limitations of the source. It's deeper thinking about the sources you're using. And of course, it shows you're thinking about the relevance of the source. This source is going to be good for this specific aspect of my investigation. You're going deeper. So here is that same list color-coded. Let's break down the annotated bibliography. So here you can see we've got the color-coded example. Now, I've chunked this, but you could get even more detailed and use a wider range of colors. I've got my citation in red, MLA format, second and following lines indented, and a space between the citation and the paragraph. In the green, I've got who made this, the timeliness of it, the kind of source, and intended audience. Then in purple, you can see that I've got what's in it. Very basic, this is what's in the source. Then in brown, a little bit longer, it's my critique, my evaluation, the strengths and the weaknesses of the source. I'm going deeper. And finally, in the end, a single sentence, very simple. It kind of shows, hey, this is why this source is specifically useful for my investigation. Thanks for watching the video. If you're a student or a teacher in subjects like history, geography, government, economics, check out some of the other videos. The mission of this channel is to help students build skills and teachers build their toolkit. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on the web at socialstudiessamurai.com. Hope to see you again.